Hello, my name's Andrew Brooks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is all about the Rolling Stones Hackney Diamonds album and my first impressions of it. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. Big thumbs up and a big thank you to all my new subscribers and my existing ones. And if you're not a subscriber, why ever not? It's totally free. All you need to do is just click this button down here and you will instantly be informed of any new videos that I put out. If you want to leave a comment about this particular video or the channel itself, just stick it in the remarks. I promise I read every single one and I do respond to the ones that need a response. Anyway, let's get to the task in hand, shall we? Rolling Stones album Hackney Diamonds, their latest release, released on the 20th of October 2023. It was their first studio album for 18 years and it was in fact their 24th studio album, produced by Andrew Watt. Now in between the the intervening years from the last to the latest release, they have been in the studio, the guys have been in the studio, put down a few tracks, and that's why we actually get two tracks which include Charlie Watt's drumming. One of them is Mess It Up and the other is Live by the Sword. And then all the other tracks are dealt with by Steve Jordan, who in fact Charlie Watts sort of said he needs to replace me when I go. And even on Mess It Up, Bill Wyman makes an appearance, making it almost classic lineup. R.I.P. Brian Jones, but yeah, you've almost got that classic lineup. Hosts of other friends also appear on the album. You've got Lady Gaga on Sweet Sound of Heaven, and she's joined by Stevie Wonder as well, playing the piano and a few other instruments as well. You've got Elton John on piano on Get Close and Live by the Sword, and plus you've got Paul McCartney on bass on that stomping track, Bite My Head Off, and boy, it's a great track. Okay, so let me look at the release that I got. There are umpteen, I think there's something like 43 different releases around the world. So I just plumped for one release. So I went for, here's my album. I went for the in-store exclusive diamond clear heavyweight vinyl. Sort of, it was on sale in sort of like indie shops and stuff like that. I thought, yeah, I'm not going to go for all the different colours. So there we have the album, complete with hype sticker in the corner there. It's a gatefold sleeve and it opens up there to reveal Rolling Stones, and on the back that's the track listing, as you can see there. And interestingly, it's made in the Czech Republic, which seems to be the place to get your records pressed. Even ones in America are pressed in the Czech Republic, so it's obviously the place where all the pressing plants are at the moment. Now it does come with an inner sleeve, so there's all the blurb about the different tracks, who's on it, blah de blah. And on the reverse we've got a nice modern sort of take on the classic Stones logo there. One thing I did like about this release, and it hasn't happened to my knowledge on any of the releases that I've got of other artists and other albums, is the actual record came in a different inner sleeve. So they included a black poly-lined inner sleeve just to protect the record. So I'm guessing we want to have a look at this this clear vinyl. So I'm going to take it out the sleeve and here we go. And as you can see, yeah, you can just about see me through it. I wouldn't say it's diamond crystal clear, but there we are. So let's have a look. There's the label. That's the B side, and then I'll flip it over, and that's the A side. So yeah, so I opted for the clear vinyl edition, and as I say, there are many different formats around, and you know, you yourself may not want the crystal one. I think HMV had got like a purpley sort of coloured one, but that was the one I went for. Also, I'd just like to point out, I actually paid for this. I think it cost me about £30. I paid for this in a shop, Sister Ray. It's by One of my favourite shops is in London's Soho. Check it out if ever you're there. Tell them I sent you. And yeah, so for me, I was quite impressed with that. And there we are. Yeah, great. So let's start with what I think. Let's start with track one. Why not? This is the LP version that I'm listening to. I don't have it on CD. I have listened to it on streaming, and from what I can tell, the track listings are the same. But I'm just going by my vinyl copy, yeah, which you saw earlier. Opens with track one, a track called Angry, and it's a classic Stones album opener. Think to yourself, Start Me Up on Tattoo You, or Brown Sugar on Sticky Fingers, and Angry is another belter that kicks off the album, and you're on the right lines if you're thinking of those. So yeah, it's a great opening of a track. It hits you square in the face from the off, and I instantly thought, if the rest of the songs are as good as this, then we are in for a treat. Yeah, I loved it. Track one, Angry. Track two, okay, it's a song called Get Close, and yeah, I quite like this one. It had a nice feel, some great lyrics, yeah, and a fantastic sax sort of break in the middle, solid drumming, and it's got Elton on piano. Yeah, big thumbs up from me. Really like this. So far we're doing pretty good. Belter of an opener. Second track, pretty good. Okay, slowing it down now on track three. It's called Depending on You, and yeah, it's a ballad, allowing sort of Mick Jagger to, you know, explore a little reflective train of thought about a lost love, and haven't we all been there? So yeah, track three, Depending on You, yeah, got my thumbs up as well. It was nice to slow it down after the two sort of you know, upbeat, heavy rock sort of tracks. So yeah, good, like that one. Going on now to track four, which is called Bite My Head Off, and it's the much anticipated collaboration with the Beatles. Now, it's not the first time, obviously, but this track metaphorically does bite your head off. Yeah, the opening riff sort of, you know, it kicks in, and an expression of anger towards the establishment, which is the feeling I'm getting from this track. And I believe Mick might have even mentioned something similar to The Guardian when he was sort of interviewed about it. Now, Paul McCartney, he puts in a fantastic bass performance. He was sort of gifted a 1964 Hofner with a fuzzbox pedal, and I have to say, his bassing on it is fantastic. Jagger gives Paul a little name check, yeah, in the middle of it. Yeah, Paul, give us some of that bass. It's a classic Stones rock track. I absolutely love it. Love it. Best track on the album for me by far. Okay, next track, Whole Wide World. Now, I love the lyrics. It mentions, you know, memories of London, probably in their heyday, and, you know, Mick, Keith sort of remembering parts of London, what they did in particular locations. It's another sort of Stone song which sort of intimates that the whole world was against them, or is against them. But oh, the guitar sort of licks on it, they're fantastic. So that's track, where are we now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Track 5, big thumbs up. Love it. Okay, the next song, Dreamy Skies. What can I say? It's not my favourite. It's okay, but it's not my favourite. It's a song in sort of like a country style, has a chugging sound, typical country song, country and western song, I guess. But for me, it's the first slightly below par song. I guess I'm more of a rocker than a country guy. It's okay. And that closes the first side. So yeah, it was quite nice. Made me get up afterwards though to turn it over. So I was quite happy in its position in the sort of in the running order. After getting up, flipping the record over, which is what I love to do. That's why I love vinyl. Actually, tactile, it's, you know, anyway, enough of all that. The second side opener is a track called Mess It Up, and it's the first of the songs that feature Charlie Watts on drums. Now, it's a song about a girl. Yeah, she's trying to be bad. Stones have written about these sort of girls before. Yeah, she's stealing passwords and numbers, keys, and she's sharing mix photos to all her friends and probably the paparazzi as well. Who knows? Sharing secrets. Yeah, it's quite a nice side 2 track opener. I like it. It's pretty good. It's got some nice piano sort of in the background from the producer Andrew Watt, and yeah, for me, this does bring the album back on track after the country song. So yeah, it's back on track. Back, big thumbs up from me. Right, the next song, "Live by the Sword." It's the second song with Charlie Watts on drums. This now features Bill Wyman on bass, which is a fantastic sort of combination, because you've almost got that, that original Stones lineup. Rest in peace, Brian. Also on this track, you've got Elton John on piano. So this track, it lines up to all the expectations for me of a typical Stones track with everyone on it, and I have to say it is one of the highlights of the album. Probably my second favourite track of the whole album. Yeah, "Live by the Sword." Okay, the next track is "Driving Me Too Hard," and it's slowing the beat down just a fraction. For me, it's a nice little filler on this quite rocky album that we've had so far. Yeah, it's not quite a ballad, it's not quite a country, it's just a little bit of a slower rock, and I'm happy to have this one. I'm happy to sit there and listen to this one. It doesn't make me feel like I've got to skip it, and that's the beauty of vinyl, is it makes you listen to all the tracks, unlike CDs or streaming where you can just zip it if I don't like it. But yeah, "Driving Me Too Hard," it's nice, listenable, and it's just a little bit of a slower rock. Then the next track, which is called "Tell Me Straight," slows down even more with another ballad, and this time it's sung by Keith Richards. It does fit nicely on this LP, but by now I am aware I'm sort of getting towards the end of the record, and I'm really hoping that the rock kicks back in again. Notch it up a little bit. Fingers crossed. Oh no, uncross me fingers, because the next track is not another rocker, by all means. This is the one that's got Lady Gaga and Stevie Wonder playing on it. So "Sweet Sound of Heaven." It's not the rocker I was hoping for. Instead, it's another ballad, and it's kind of got a gospel feel to it, which, although is not really my bag, it does make it feel nice, and it's a sort of you could sort of sing along to it, I guess. Really, it's and they seem to be having fun in the studio, and there's a little reprise at the end with Lady Gaga. Personally, as I said, I was sort of aware I was getting towards the end of the record now. I would have probably liked this a little bit further, maybe sort of side 1-ish. But now it's sort of like getting towards the end of side 2. Okay, are we going to have a nice rocker to close the album? Because the next track is the last track. No, we're not. It's a track called "Rolling Stone Blues," and okay, I'm going to say it. I'm pleased this blues track was on the end of the LP, because it meant I could get up and turn it off without missing any other tracks. I'm just not a blues guy. Hey, I'm the guy who fell asleep at the Albert Hall during one of Eric Clapton's blues gigs. Just sent me to sleep. No interest in it at all. But hey, what do I know? The blues just isn't for me. But if it is for you, you'll probably like this one. So that's my sort of view, track by track, of Hackney Diamonds. Overall, the album is fantastic, and I think it was worth the 18-year wait. Ignore all the record company gimmicks of different coloured vinyls. As I said earlier, there's like 43 different ones. 30 of them in the States represent a baseball team. Apparently, each baseball team got their own variation. So if you've got the money and you want to collect them all, I'd just go for one album, one CD, or just listen to it on streaming. Whatever suits you. As I say, for me, I got the clear vinyl, picked up in Sister Ray. It's what you prefer. Personally, I'm a vinyl guy, but do yourself a favour, get a copy in your favourite format, whatever it is, play it, and yes, you will be listening to a band with a combined age of nearly 300 years, but they still rock. And no, Mick isn't wheezing about the studio. You can't hear bones creaking or breaking or anything like that. It's a great rocker. I really enjoyed it. I'd say it's a good 9 out of 10 for me. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.